Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fourth and Wrong. We are live here on October 23rd. It is Thursday night. Got Produza in the house. Produza. Man, he got the shout before you. Chris Marler in the house as well. We are ready. Chris, it's been a great college football season for everybody, don't you think?
Dude, I just want you guys to be happy.
It's
every week I tune in and I'm like, people go Florida State. Hey, you know what? I'm up. I'll watch a little bit of the Stanford game. Go out on the West Coast, show those little pussy ass libs. What's what? Nope.
Dude. Not only that, it was their backups who had never played before.
And it's Tyler. I'm gonna stop you right there.
It's truly one of the most stunning, like. It's just,
if you finish that sentence with "they had never played football before," there's part of me that would be like, "Yeah, Stanford, ACC, I get it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
that's tough. That's tough. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I sent you something the other day, and I told Allie, I was like, I'm so worried about Tyler because because you've been great about the pod. I know that you're going through it with the team. And I sent you something that I thought was like funny and not like twist the knife. And I was like, yeah, this is the energy I need from you guys. And you're like, yeah, I'm so glad your football team's playing great, Chris. And I was like, God damn it. Here we go.
Hey, Doc, listen, I'm at the point where what do you even, not only is it that, but then the school releases a statement on Monday that's like, yeah, we're just going to stick with him the rest of the year.
He needs a couple more years, dude.
What is that stadium? I tweeted it out. I had to retweet it when I saw it. The next game, we have a bye this week. Thank God, because I can't do it anymore. But then the next week we have homecoming at home night game against Wake.
Oh, that's lit, dude.
People are going to be so hammered, and they're going to be like, now into the stadium, give it for your head coach, Mike Norvell. And that place, dude, it's going to be so toxic. I don't even want to, it's going to hurt to even watch it. I can't.
Do you guys usually say that to your coach?
Well, it's like pregame before the team comes out. They're announcing the starting lineup.
Yeah.
It's like at safety, Earl Little Jr. Yeah. And your coach. It's like everyone's like,
and your headliner, Mike Norvell. Yeah,
it's gonna be bad. And I mean, look, I bet he wishes he was fired at this point. You're gonna get paid either way, like to run out there and have to deal with that. The team, I mean, there's reports the team was mocking him after the game, and they're like, we don't even care that we lost to Stanford. CBS Sports reported that.
I shouldn't laugh, but my God.
I remember it was Marcella, but one of those guys. Yeah, dude, it's so bad, and I don't know where they're gonna go, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with the coach.
Let's talk about something more uplifting.
Yeah, let's
talk about Chauncey Billups.
Last thing. So I had my kids, and I was like, it was a long day. I took them to like a kid's birthday party, and the game was started at 10:30.
Yeah.
So, and like Booze is in the same group chat I'm in with all my buddies from school, and
cool that you guys are in there together.
We were all like, I don't know if we're gonna make it a kickoff. Like, this is tough. Everybody's got kids. Everybody's tired. I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling the vibes for this game, so I'm just gonna hit the sack. I'll wake up in the morning, and you know what? They'll probably win, and I'll watch. I don't feel like stressing until 2:30 in the morning when my kids are gonna be up at 5. You know what I mean? So I went to bed.
5?
It depends on the day. Went to bed. I wake up, Chris. I shoot up. Something I know. I immediately feel it. Yeah, shut up. And I look at my phone, 350 text messages. And I was like, oh God. So before I even looked at the text message, I went and looked at the score app.
Yeah.
20-13 Stanford wins. I go, my God.
Did he go to overtime?
No, it should have, because
oh yeah.
whatever. I don't even want to complain about it. You should never be losing to Stanford.
I don't
So
want to complain about it. We just started the first 5.5 minutes of the
yeah,
show. I mean, you should complain about it. We should do a therapy session each week with. I mean, maybe who's sadder than Tyler?
yeah. At this point, yeah, it's reversed. I don't know that we're going to win another game. So all right, let's move to
something. Getting invested into drugs or moving in with someone you've been dating for 2 months. That worked for me.
Right, look where you are now. You know,
actually, yeah, I'm kind of killing it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Chauncey Billups. So we have to talk about it.
Okay, so I only know fringe details because I was in an all-day meeting for work.
Good.
All I know is that Chauncey Billups and a couple other guys, Terry Rozier, a couple other guys have been arrested by the FBI. Illegal gambling ring tied to Italian mafia where they are basically like wearing like bionic contact lenses to see through cards and like see through tables and shit. That's like the fringe I know. What has been brought about for this story?
So here's what I think is insane about this. One, as somebody that used to be a degenerate gambler for poker, especially, it made me so mad to see that what they were doing. Like I didn't know that you could do. I thought that was like a Bond thing that the way they were able to cheat. Like that's insane.
The contact lens that like gives you the ability to see through. I don't
see through chip trays with cameras. They had tables that were see through, so you could see. They would have cameras below them that could see the cards. And then the way they did it was, I mean, it sounds stupid now because it's they obviously got caught, but like
they lost a little bit.
Dude, well, they were like, yeah, you guys can have the chance to come play poker with former athletes. Also, like if the former athletes are
people off, like
yes,
that.
it was a Ocean's 11 situation, like where they were like, remember Ocean's 11 when they were like that little a card game they had, and then they were like, yeah, come, dude. If I was paying a bunch of money to go play poker with somebody, like you play with professional like sports stars, I'm like, oh, so like Chauncey Billups. I'd be like, what the fuck are you? Dude, the moment Eddie sent us the thing in the group chat that we're all in, and not just two of us. But the moment he sent that was the moment I found out Chauncey Billups was the head coach of the Trailblazers. Like I didn't. But the craziest part is that he sent the thing about Terry Rozier. I don't know if we can pull the video up of his passes. It was like in retrospect, it's so blatantly obvious. But the passes that he was throwing, obviously, he's like trying to catch his under or what the fuck ever. What was insane to me was that dude. I haven't heard about him in years because he played with the Celtics and Scary Terry and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, if he had just come up in the league and he was making $4 million, like his first professional contract was, where he's making like $4 million a year, that's one thing. This dude hit the big time. Like he's making $24 million a year, and his lifetime career earnings are $160 million. And this guy was playing, I don't know, with fire for $200,000 in prop bets.
Yeah. So was he doing the cards as well?
No. So it was two separate things. Billups was doing maybe both, but he was definitely doing cards. And then Rozier was throwing the games.
What about the other guys that were like? I saw some other like assistant coach was.
I don't know about him.
Arrested. Some other
There was some story that somebody posted today about like it was like this is probably worded wrong. I'm gonna get in trouble for it. Whatever. So it was Gilbert Arenas talking on some podcast, and he was like,
I thought he was
you know, me and LeBron used to always play cards together, and Damon Jones would come over to the house, and you know we always give him a hard time because he would always lose. He was always in debt to me, and then it was like all of this is adding up. Like all of this is adding up now.
Yeah, I don't know the Gilbert Arenas. I don't know what I would trust coming out of his mouth. He seems like a little shady character, to be honest.
He's kind of a bitch, dude. That whole Javaris Crittenton thing, I didn't love that.
Yeah. All right, back to football.
Yeah,
a fun week for some. Obviously, in the SEC, Bama had the convincing win over Tennessee. What were you doing when the pick six heard around the world happened?
I want to tell you how fucking miserable this season is for my fiance. I love Allie so much. I'm so happy and so blessed. You guys have met her. I think Tyler has, because I don't think I've ever met Eddie in real life.
I've never met her.
You never met her?
No.
She's real.
Yeah.
She's real.
Oh, we met her out here. I mean,
yeah. So she's an Auburn grad, as most of you guys know, and she's sitting here watching the games aren't at the same time, and she's like, "Well, do you want to just go split screen on this?" And I was like, "Absolutely fucking not." Like, we're not. It's Bama, Tennessee. I'm not watching fucking Auburn, Missouri. So
it's already starting. You just think you have the right of way because you're the man.
Yeah, well, I do. And so then because there's a whole background on here that I'm not going to get into, but like she bought the TV under this agreement that I wouldn't complain about getting married in a Catholic church, because I do not want to get married in a Catholic church. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I won't. That's what a deal. The day before the Bama Georgia game, I was like, that's a fucking perfect deal.
She roped you in so bad.
Yeah, but then so this game's on. She's like, "Do you want to split screen?" And that's like a reasonable question. And I was like, "Fucking no, like absolutely not,
not having it."
So Bama's up. I hate Tennessee. Everyone knows it. I don't really make a lot of bones about it. I can't stand them. And they get the ball first. I was shocked they didn't score because they almost always do. Then you have Bama's up 16-7, and I'm just like, just don't let them score for the half. They're on the 1 yard line. The way this is set up in the living room, and I'm facing our back wall here. The big TV's in the center. She's allowed me to pull the old TV, which is like a 55-inch, and put it on the ground like we're in a fucking frat house so we can watch all the games on at once. It's fucking sick. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But she has that TV.
I like her already.
She's great. So she has that TV, and that's on the bottom, like the left-hand corner, like directly behind this, where like back here. She's watching on the couch diagonally. I'm standing up screaming at the TV before the play's happening. And then, yeah, thank you for the head nod, Booza. You know how I roll. Yep. And then he picks it up, and I was like, go, Zabian, go, Zabian, go. And I'm fucking screaming. And then he has that juke step, and I was like, fuck you, Tennessee. And I'm just like beating. It was, Tyler, I am the worst person. I am the worst version of myself. Maybe not the worst version. But it's been bad. So I had a blast, though. It was great. I hate Tennessee. I'm so glad they won.
And then Auburn lost again.
That part sucks for her. I feel bad. Like they're like losing in horrible fashion too.
We called the Georgia the inevitable Lane like not being able to pull through in the big game. I mean, I wouldn't say he didn't because they scored 35 points, but yeah, 43-35. That game was fun. That lived up to the billing for sure. Here's the thing I'll say about Georgia, because I said before the game, I haven't been that impressed with Georgia.
Fair.
They're just inevitable at the end of the game. They're going to be victorious most of the time, no matter how shitty they play throughout the game, no matter how bad of a year the defense is compared to the last year, compared to whatever. They just know how to win. And that's something like, especially you can go back to Florida State, like they do not know how to win.
Right.
They're a lot better team than they were last year, but in every one score game, they lose. And there's something to be said for just the mentality that Georgia has at this point, where they just expect to win these games, and if they're down, they're not worried. And you got to respect that about them. They're going to be in it till the end. Obviously, they're on a bye this week, so rest up before the big.
Oh my God!
Who's coaching Florida for that game?
So that's the funniest part of their whole dysfunction, is that they can't even. The guy who it should have been was Jabbar Jalouk, who was his associate head coach and the running backs coach, but he slapped a player in the face, and so now he's out.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Tyler here for HR. Hey man, Jabbar, are you fucking jalooking me right now? You did what? Yeah, it was pretty tough. I think, you know what we should talk about? Like, what if we talk about big picture about who do you think is good? Like who do you think is like where do you think like the best teams are? Because I think there's a couple that are good. I think there's a couple that are pretenders. I think Indiana might be the best team in the country. Ohio State is I think it's 1 and 2 for sure.
Yeah, I would say those are the two best. I mean, Oregon's still there. I mean, Oregon, they slipped up against Indiana, so you got to give it to Indiana right now. But I mean, like they go into these games against these Big Ten teams. By the way, like this year, the SEC is so much better than the Big Ten. Like I'm looking at some of these teams. Oregon goes on the road to Rutgers 56-10.
Yeah, Rutgers was supposed to be like a middle of the road, like 7-5 type team too.
And like now they host Wisconsin, who just got shut out 31-0 at home by Ohio State. Somehow they're like Florida State. They're like, yeah, we're fickle guys. We're sticking with them. Right. Meanwhile, they can't score against anybody. So they're 31.5 point underdogs to Oregon this week,
which is that's gone up, I think, to 35. You know what the first half spread is?
No,
19.5. Think about like in this day and age with like how the clock is managed in those situations. Like that's insane.
Like I think they have some teams that I think are pretty good that aren't ranked. Like Washington, I think is a good team. I mean USC, I think is still a good team, but like, I mean, go down the list like Rutgers, Minnesota, Northwestern, Michigan State, Wisconsin, UCLA, Purdue. Like all these teams are not good. Like UCLA had this little run recently. Right now, I'd say the only team that you could really say is like not like a solid top 40 team is probably like Kentucky and the SEC. Even like
Texas down to the wire.
Yeah, well, that 40, I think the total in that game was 42.5 and went under.
20 by almost half.
Yeah,
it was like 16-13. That's with overtime or 13.
The Minnesota Iowa total this week. Have you seen that?
Oh, please tell me it's like 12.
39.5.
They are. Remember what was the game? Was it that game for like several years in a row? They're like, oh man, those two defenses, brother. It's like sets a record. How low it was.
It's Iowa and somebody else. Well, I think it's Iowa State.
Is it Iowa, Nebraska?
I think it's Iowa State. I think that game, like no matter what the total is, it's always like a 6-4 game.
There was a game last year that ended, I want to say, at 29.5. Like, and it was like and it went under. It went under again, or it was just like what is happening?
Probably Service Academy games. Those are always because they always run both teams run option.
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
But anything else from last week stick out? I mean, Notre Dame's kind of starting to make a little bit of a comeback here. They're going to make the playoff, aren't they?
They are going to make the playoff, and it's a joke. And like the win against Notre Dame, against Southern Cal was impressive. I will say that. Like I thought that was a good win because I thought Southern Cal had better athletes and they were going to be able to put more points up against them. And the two losses, like I feel like if I'm being fair, hold on here. Write a length. I'm using AI right now, buddy. You'll be so proud of me, even though I'm doing it during our show. So I think if I'm being objective, I look at that 2022 Bama team. It's like, well, they only lost 2 games by 4 points on the road against these top however many teams. They have 2 losses, one to Miami and one to A&M. Both those teams are arguably top 5. They are top 10 teams. And
although it was very funny to see Miami lose. They just always do this. They always do this. Carson Beck, that was the best was when he threw the pick, gets an egregious roughing the passer penalty to bail him out. He just throws another pick.
Right. It was Jackson Dart last year against Florida. It was terrible.
And Louisville still almost blew it. But I mean, we'll get into it. Look at Prabuza in the chat. Per ESPN, Iowa, Nebraska 2023 is the lowest over-under tracked in the records going back to 2000 at 25.5.
That's unbelievable. What was the final score, Booza? You sack of shit.
So this week I'm looking at the board, and what is really just taking me aback is even just looking at the SEC. It feels like almost every team in the conference is like either on the precipice of firing their coach or potentially losing their coach because he's going to get hired by one of the ones that fired their coach.
What do you mean?
I go down the list. Auburn probably going to fire. I mean, most likely. Could we say?
Yes, I think it's not even a question at this point.
Missouri, Drinkwitz. They're not going to fire him, but could he get hired by somebody else? Florida.
He's going to be a major target because I don't think Lane's leaving.
Well, okay, but that's another team. Ole Miss. They're kind of up in the air. They don't know what's going to happen. Kentucky with Mark Stoops.
They're kind of
how are we going to do the Stoops thing at Kentucky?
I don't think he wants to be there anymore. I think he's like Andy from The Office, where he's like, I'm going to shit on your car. Like, I'm going to take a shit on your car unless you fire me, David Wallace, friend of the program, David Wallace.
The program. LSU. What's going to happen with Brian Kelly? This is a big game on Saturday night.
They're not going to fire Brian Kelly. So talking to like boosters or people around the program, the exact words that were used were like, there's no appetite to pay the 153, or sorry, there's no appetite to pay the $53 million. And I think, dude, I think LSU is such a fascinating case study, man, because it's like you look at what they have done this year, and it's the season is long. There's still a lot left of the season. I think they're going to win this weekend. The spoiler alert, I think they're going to beat Oklahoma. I have not convinced myself they'll beat Alabama yet, but I think the thing with LSU from the case study standpoint is like the Bryce Underwood thing that we've talked about before, where number one overall player in the country, committed forever, Michigan's backyard, but he's only visited LSU. Then all of a sudden you lose out to him because you don't have you do have a billionaire donor in Todd Graves, but it's not the guy from Oracle. So you lose him. But what that did was essentially free up $7 million in NIL funds on top of the 18 you had coming in from your roster to start paying some of these athletes. And they spent $18 million on this year's roster. They had a great defense. They went out and got to the portal. Dude, it wasn't like they just went to the portal. They got like 7 top 50 players or something like that. Like they had I think they got 16 total and 9 were in the top 100 or something crazy. Like the
defense hasn't been a problem. I mean, it's been
no. But you're going into November with 2 losses for the 4th time under Brian Kelly in his 4 years. And I remember saying something to one of my coworkers, Hunt, about it, and I was like, have you guys really gone into November with 2 losses every year? He's like, I mean, they lose the first game of the year every year besides this one. So you're just like working from behind the 8 ball constantly. And so there's no appetite to fire him. But here's the new age of college football, Tyler, that is like, we joke around a lot, but this is like, I guess, probably one of the more serious things we would discuss. And you'd probably have some pretty good insight to it since you're actually working in finance. But the idea that you have to go to your boosters and collect $18 million to pay for this roster and NIL stuff, and from a recruiting standpoint, and then also from the standpoint, like, keep in mind, this is a school that has the national championship winning baseball team. They have been really competitive and just won a natty in women's basketball not that long ago, and people care about it. And they also just spent, I think, upwards of 3 to 5, maybe it wasn't 5, but like upwards of 3 million on their basketball team in the portal this offseason as well. So now you got to go back and ask for more money, and the product or the finished product from this year's, funds and investment is 8-4, 9-3. We're going back to the ReliaQuest Bowl. Like, that sucks, man. Like, that is a tough spot to be in.
I know, and it feels like in today's day and age, if you don't completely flip and like competitive in the playoff by year 3, people start to lose that momentum of recruiting, where it's like you have that new car smell that you get as a new coach.
Yeah.
Like, that's gone now, and now people are just like, you're gonna have all these new staffs across the country starting next year. Like, this coaching carousel is going to be insane.
And Pate still thinks that y'all are going to get rid of what's his name, Norvell.
I still think we will too. It's just like, I just don't understand why we would send him out in front of the home crowd to coach when everyone assumes he's going to get fired, but you leave some level of doubt if he's still your coach every week. Like, if he's the coach for next Saturday, they're going to lose to Wake Forest. They just lost to Stanford. So what makes you think you're going to beat Wake Forest?
Also, stop. That's the same school on different sides of the
exactly. All right.
So also stop announcing his name before. I've never heard of anyone doing that. And your coach. Don't do that.
Chris, we just opened a brand new hundreds of millions of dollars football only facility this week and didn't put it on social media because it's too awkward.
Why? Somebody posted the picture of him. They were like, I didn't see it. I hadn't seen this clip in forever, but it was like the first sign that things might have been awry, which is when he was running on the practice field. He's like, "Morning, guys. Don't fucking say it back." And you're like, "What? Like, what just happened?" And it was like, dude, as I am someone who has had so many emotional outbursts, that was tough to watch.
My son has emerged. Why do you notice? Hold on. Go lay down and I'll be there in a second. Good. Go lay down. You should be asleep. These kids, man. Shut the door, please. Um,
That was good, Eddie.
all right. Anyways,
Can you
yeah,
hear me?
things are tough. Nah, I got the earbuds in.
Smart, yeah.
All right. You want to get into the slate this week? Because I'm kind of excited about it. I think I'm seeing the board this week.
Are you?
Seeing the board.
Should we get back to some betting stuff?
Yeah, I've got some off the wall. I'm looking at some things.
I talked to Mike Calabrese today. He gave me some picks. We can throw those up there.
Ooh, I love that.
Also, I put up my winning and boosting. I'm fucking done, dude. I have not seen the board well, but I do feel like I'm back this week. Which
let me see if I can convince you on some bets then.
Yes, I like that. Let's do it.
All right. So first bet, I'm heading to the Big 12. Houston and Arizona State. Houston goes, they're I think 7-1, 6-1. They go to Arizona State. Arizona State is a 7-point favorite. What did Arizona State just do last week?
They beat Arizona. They beat Texas Tech.
They did beat Texas Tech. I think Houston's a pretty good team. I don't think they actually might be a better team than Arizona State.
Why are people talking about them so badly then?
I don't know. They're pretty good. I mean, like they're not ranked, so but I mean, SP Plus has them as the 46th best team, and Arizona State is the 56th best team. Arizona State's coming off that huge emotional win where Kenny Dillingham's like about to get interviewed, and then he just like walks off.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna hang up my fans.
Then you got to turn right around. You got another opponent coming in. It's going to be late night, 8 p.m. game.
8 p.m. their time?
It was 5 p.m. So I mean, it'll be a night game essentially, but by halftime. I think Houston comes in and snares them at least +7. I'm not calling for their outright upset, but I don't think they're that much better than Houston, and I think they're coming off a big win. I like the underdog coming in and scaring them a little bit. Have I sold you?
No, I didn't know.
Willie Fritz, great coach.
That's fair, and they are better than I think people realize. Did they have what's their loss? Eddie's
gonna look up the Houston loss.
Earn your fucking keep, dude. We pay you $125 an episode. We don't pay him anything.
Yeah, no,
at all. And we never will. We promised that we would a couple years down the line, but there's no chance, dude.
No.
It's only Alec Murdaugh. Have you watched the Alec Murdaugh thing?
Like the original one?
Pretty bad guy.
Yeah, it turns out.
That's what I want to do, a podcast like that where it's just us being like, I tell you what, this OJ dude, I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all.
Things just don't quite seem to add up. When you look at all these details.
I was on a roll earlier today, or I guess I wasn't, but I thought I was. And I was like, and they got a worse defense than OJ did. And it was like, as soon as I said it, I was like, God damn it. That's so forced. It felt like something J-Boy would tweet, as much as I like Jake, but it was like so forced and out of context. And it got quiet. Somebody goes, didn't he win?
Yeah, wasn't that like didn't his defense do like a really good job? That was what I would say.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
They lost to Texas Tech.
Okay, so Houston's only lost to Texas Tech, and it's not that long ago. I know they played Oregon State in the game earlier this year. That's the extent of my knowledge in that game. I feel like it was kind of close late in that game. If we had a producer that looked that up, that'd be great too. We'll just wait in silence until that happens. No, I think I don't disagree with what you're saying. I also have a hard time getting super into this because Arizona State is coming off a big win. But aren't they at home too?
They're at home. Yeah, they were home last week.
Yeah. No, you're not going to talk me into that one. I'll tail, but you're not going to talk me into like putting a substantial amount on that.
Okay. All right.
Tyler, I'm rich as fuck right now.
Okay.
I paid my taxes. I tell you that.
All right. BYU +2.5 at Iowa State.
All in on that one with you, brother.
Okay.
Let's fucking ride. I will buy the point to make it 3.5 to be safe.
Oh, okay.
But I love it. I love that.
All right.
BYU's good.
Now they are coming off the Holy War. And they're going on the road, but I just don't. Iowa State does nothing to excite me.
No, ever. Also, I think that BYU is actually really, really good. BYU, it's funny because we talk about these people now that are like, well, Vandy's only good because they got a bunch of 24 and 25-year-olds playing. It's like that's what BYU's done for a fucking century. It's just a bunch of dudes with vowels in their name, and then
they've been COVID era, transfer portal era since they've begun as a program.
Yeah, since what's his name went into the woods and found that golden Bible.
Exactly. Can I get you in on the little Ole Miss plus 5.5?
Tyler, at the top of my list. Are we aligned? Are we gonna fucking kill it this week?
I think you're seeing the board because I'm seeing the board.
Are we seeing the board?
We're seeing the board. So you love this.
I love that. I love 2 of those 3, and I could be talked into the first one now that I saw the second 2. Eddie, what do you got? What's your best bet of the week? Speak, coward.
The buy plus 100 again.
Dude, I saw a video. Somebody posted a picture of that. And it was so tough. I was so happy.
I mean, we've already lost the buy because we announced we're keeping our coach. So the buy 1 plus 100 underdog, big underdog.
You know what we should do? And all jokes aside, we do this on Fridays for the morning show. It's called the Pontoon Parlay. I don't know why it's called that. But they have 4 people. It's like the 2 hosts, Flynn and Hester, and then the 2 producers, and they all pick a thing for a parlay. We should all pick one thing for a parlay.
I love that.
Yeah, I do too. Solidarity. Then we actually talk on game days. We don't ever do that.
Okay, let's do this.
Hold on. People behind me on game days that think that this college football podcast will be in conversation with each other at around 2 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time every Saturday. Something will be said, and it's topical and relevant. And at that moment is when I realized I haven't posted the Ornery Fans logo or hotline. And then I asked one of you to do it, and any of us talked for the rest of it.
Yep. Might I interest you in a little Auburn, Arkansas over 55.5?
Oh, I'm in on that.
Look,
dude, I'm so in on this.
Arkansas's defense is terrible. So I know Auburn's offense isn't great, but you also got to think Hugh Freeze is just going to go balls to the wall because at this point he already thinks he's getting fired. So let's just let it rip. And Arkansas's offense is one of the best offenses in the country. So I know Auburn's got a good defense, but it's at home. Look, Petrino's trying to get the job. Here's another. They don't even have a coach. They have an interim coach. It's another coach. You got a coach who's on the hot seat. Coach that's like, I don't know, maybe gonna be the coach.
He has to win this game. You know what's crazy is it opened at 1.5 and has already moved to 1.5 in favor of Arkansas. So you 2.5 now. You going to the over. I love that move. God, you are seeing the board.
Dude, isn't this game always crazy too?
I don't know. I mean, 2020 was crazy. Last year was crazy. Yeah, I guess so. There's been some crazy ones.
Okay. How about Bama, South Carolina over 47.5?
Bama lost 3 players today on the injury report. Latsir Brooks is one of them. Danny Lewis, the tight end, who's he's not a huge piece, but also Gino Vandermark. That's a guy that starts usually at guard, one of the guard positions. They kind of rotate him. But Latsir Brooks being out is bad. Here's the other part of that, Tyler. South Carolina is the healthiest they've been since week 1, maybe even healthier. They have one person on the entire injury report, and it's Casey Henry, their right tackle. That means they got every single one of their offensive linemen back. Everyone else is off of it. Like this is the healthiest they've been. The line has come down from 13.5 to 11.5.
Yeah.
Here's the one part I will say. The path to beating Bama in general. Can I just go off on this one real quick? Or is that going to ruin your steam? I don't want to ruin your steam. Taylor DeBoer has 14 losses as an FBS head coach. 14 total, right? 12 of those or 13 of those. What's that?
Love where your head's at with this. Because it's good my pick.
You think about the boxes that you have to check when you talk about them losing a game, right? 14 games as an FBS head coach. I think 12 of the 14 are games on the road. 11 of the 14 are in games he was favored, and 7 of the 14 are in games he was favored by double digits. All of those boxes are checked for this game. They're also coming off 4 straight ranked wins, which has never happened in the history of the SEC, and now you have your letdown spot. And South Carolina, they still have a great defense. They turn you over a bunch. I tried to use this the other day on the podcast. I said they turn you over more than a newborn getting burped. People didn't like it.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. Yeah. That was the only PG analogy I can think of. So
luckily on this podcast, there's no
turn you over more than no, I can't do it.
What's our guy's name?
Oh my God, dude. Gentlemen, we should get him to do some picks with us.
Dude, we should get him to market. We should get him to market the pod.
Next time it's halftime of a football game and you're in the stadium, skip the lines for the bathroom. Finger blast your wife next to the popcorn stand in the upper deck. She'll love it, and so will you. This is Romy and Michelle's high school reunion, one of my favorite movies. It's on DVD. The guy is so fucking weird, dude. Okay, so all right, so back to the thing.
Headshot.
It checks the boxes for all those things, right? And then Bama should be in a letdown spot at some point. They have to bye next week. So it's like all these things. Now you have all these injuries. Yeah. The line opened at 13. It dropped to 11. You have Lenora Sellers still. The other thing that has
I still trust Bama to score points because Ty Simpson's awesome, and you got two fantastic receivers out there. And I don't love South Carolina's defense. They're good, but I think Bama's going to score on anybody right now. I think.
There are three. Well, let's look at it a different way then, Tyler. So you have three good receivers. They can't run the football, but Oklahoma couldn't run the football much worse than Alabama. Going into last week, they were 15th in the SEC in rushing. They averaged 123 a game. They had 130 by halfway through the second quarter. So I do think Bama's run game will get going.
And good. I hope they don't even run the ball ever. I love that for the over. Love that for
the
over.
But also, so the thing that I would say is this: if you're going to beat Bama, especially under DeBoer, out of the 5 losses he's had, the only one where you didn't have someone open up a double-digit lead where they could not come from behind. Florida State did it. Michigan did it. Oklahoma did it. Vanderbilt did it just like Florida State did, which was not only are they up by double digits, but they are also up by double digits and putting your offense in like more and more stressful situations because they're making you score to keep up. Mm. That's where I don't know if South Carolina can do that. So I guess the better question is, how many points do you think South Carolina needs to score for us to hit this bet?
20.
They would have to have a non-offensive touchdown. They're good on script in the first quarter too. Like they are very good on script.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to bet on it, but aren't they pretty good at non-offensive touchdowns?
Yeah, they've had 6 this year.
Yeah, so have that on recording.
I can see that. I can also tease that, Tyler.
I could also see 17 because it's 47.5. So if you think Bama's going to score over 30,
yeah, I like that. I would be convinced to tease that.
Yeah,
47.5.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying 28.
I don't think South Carolina's going to score at all. Basically.
You're saying basically 31-17 is what they think it'll be.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's a good call. You're on fucking. I'm
just
horny right now.
I can't wait to just lose every single one of these bets.
Yeah, can't wait.
Okay. All right. Let's see where else I'm at. Ooh. I'm with you on LSU plus 2.5 or plus 2.5 because that's what it's at right now. I also like. I think the game that has to play out for them to win the game is low scoring. So I like the under.
Ooh, now we're off.
48.5. You think they're going to score on Texas A&M?
So let me give you some stats here, Tyler. Let me give you some stats.
All right, talk me out of it. I haven't made the bet.
Thing? So this is, and maybe this is my fault for getting too long-winded in the last part, but I think what is the one thing that stands out to you about A&M this year that you know of, besides their yell leaders?
Well, that always stands out, and it's what I love about them. I think their offense is just really stands out to me. I mean, I like Marcel Reed a lot, and even though Elko's a defensive guy, I think their offense is what stands out.
So let's go back to the defense for a second. The third down defense got a lot of pub because they held for 2 games. They held teams like 1 of 23 on third down. It was Mississippi State and Auburn. Auburn's one of the worst offenses in the SEC. Florida also
finish it in the country. I thought you wanted me to finish that. No. Auburn, one of the worst conferences in the country. That's what I'm
fucking heard of. Florida also bad. So I think that their defense picked up steam during those 2 weeks. Keep in mind, first game of the year, UTSA scores over 20. Whoever they played next scored over 20. They go to Notre Dame. They give up 40. So they've beaten good teams, but they've only gone away from home twice. And they played Notre Dame and they played A&M. 2 much better offenses than LSU. But here's the thing. Go back to the last couple of years, or the last 5 games. They have allowed 40.8 points per game allowed. that's too many allows. They've allowed 40.8 points per game in their last 5 games away from College Station, dating back to last season. They've given up 40 points or more in 4 of those 5 games. The fewest they gave up was 35 in the bowl game to USC. So every time they have left home, they have given up a ton of points. The third down conversions, they ranked first in the SEC this year, allowing 23% of third downs for their opponents. That number jumps to 44% in road games, 11 of 25 on the year. LSU's not a great offense. Whit Weeks is not going to play. He might still be out even during the Bama game. Like he's battling through an injury. The left tackle will be out. They also have A&M as the best edge rusher. He leads the SEC in sacks this season as well in pressures. But they have been very vulnerable defensively, giving up a ton of yards. There's so much talent on this LSU defense or LSU offense that I feel like it's hard to keep that wrapped up for so long. And here's the other thing too, man. They're like 19-1 in games at Night and Death Valley under Brian Kelly. So I love LSU plus 2.5. I will buy the point like a pussy, take the 3.5. But where my mind was headed was for that team to give up so many points per game, LSU over 22.5 points as a team total. I like that more than the under because no matter how many points they give up, I do think they're going to score at least 23.
Okay. All right. Okay. I've been talked out of it because of your statistical knowledge.
Did I bring you on board with my pick?
With the LSU plus 2.5?
No, the 22.5 total points.
I will do that. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to bet that.
I like this is so much better than us just breaking down the games. We should just do this every week.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, Texas, Mississippi State under 47.5. I mean,
great pick.
Texas defense is great. They're on the road.
Yeah.
They've been horrific in every game I've watched them on offense.
They're bad.
So, I mean, are these teams going to score more than the Alabama South Carolina game?
You know, it is going to score.
Yeah, give me the under in that game. I mean,
I like that. That's a great pick.
48.5. I could see something like Texas 24-20 or Texas 27-20. What's the spread in that game? 7. So
6.5.
Yeah, essentially they're thinking it's like a 27-20 type game.
Okay, can I add on some more stats?
Okay, yes, please.
I got back to my basics here. I did an SEC numbers to know thing, and no Adderall. Very proud of myself.
Love that.
The numbers are all probably completely wrong, but Texas, Mississippi State. Here you go. Fun fact: Mississippi State is 6-1 against the spread this season, including 4-0 at home. Both of those numbers are tied for the best record in America for against the spread. Okay.
All right.
They're a 6.5 point dog. Can we tease that up? Big on the teasers right now. Do you want to guess what Texas is against the spread away from home?
I don't think they've covered one.
They have not, Tyler. We're fucking on it today. I'm so jazzed up right now. They're 0-3. That's tied for the worst in the country. Are we? We're fucking back, dude.
So Mississippi State and the under, or just 7 points is a lot. I'd love that.
Okay, hold on. Hear me out. Again.
Love that 7.5.
What if we teased it up?
Okay.
13.5 and the under. That's stupid, huh? Yeah. No, I think I like the under even more than I like Mississippi State.
Okay.
Because I just think that Texas is not good enough to score a bunch. I think you're right about that. I also just feel like their defense is still good enough. Michael Taft is out, but they also might be getting CJ Baxter back from injury. This is great. I'm loving this. I'm gonna get some more to drink.
Sounds good. Ooh, love that sound.
How much of this bottle do you think I can fit in my mouth? He has to hate it here. Next time you're with your significant other, take a bottle of Bacardi and shove it up her butt.
All right. Couple quick hitters. You tell me if anything stands out. They probably won't because they're kind of off the beaten trail here. Kansas minus 3.5 versus Kansas State at home.
I like that.
I mean, I hate that.
Very underwhelming.
Love to tease that down, potentially, but you know.
Tease that over to Kansas plus the 17.5.
I realize Virginia hasn't looked great as of late, but they're on the road against UNC, who's one of the worst teams in the country, and the line is 10.5.
Oh, I'll buy that down to 9.5. UNC is so bad, dude. What's the team total for Virginia?
I don't know.
Eddie?
Another ACC special here. I actually think, you know what? I think Pitt's actually a pretty good team. Ever since they've had this freshman quarterback, they've kind of been on a roll. Pitt -6.5 at home against NC State. So give me a touchdown. Give me a touchdown victory against NC State. That's all I need at home.
They're at home?
Yeah.
It's not an easy place to play.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's like a very sleepy, gross. I don't think the Suns come out in Pittsburgh ever.
It's it's a disgusting NFL outdoor stadium where it's a slow track.
Yeah. The grass is high. It's never sunny. It's probably cold there now. Tons of Oxycontin. Big Oxycontin city, by the way.
Oh, I love it even more. Give me Pitt -6.5. And then finally, it just has to happen because I see the same thing playing out in Tallahassee right now. You have a dead man walking at Wisconsin. Wisconsin goes on the road. They just lost 31-0 at home to Ohio State. They go on the road to Oregon. Oregon -31.5.
I don't love 31.5. I don't love that one.
A first half play may be the better play.
So I am so horned up right now because we haven't talked this week besides hey man, can we delay the pod till Thursday? We have not talked about games. Now can I tell you mine?
Because Chris, and I'm going to just tell you what I love about this. Oregon lost, and I know Dan Lanning. I am convinced he's just doing cocaine every game. I mean, after that Penn State game was insane.
Yeah.
They were 17.5 point favorites on the road against Rutgers last week. 17.5. They won 56-10. He's on a warpath.
Yeah.
Wisconsin has no hope.
Warpath.
Wisconsin has zero hope. They scored 0 points last week against Ohio State in their own home. Now they got to go all the way to the other time zone. Okay. Let's go Oregon. First half at least, but I think they could still cover the 31.5. That's how bad Wisconsin is.
I'm not comparing these two people, but do you know that Hitler was also on amphetamines?
Okay, yeah.
Fun fact.
Yep.
That's
so were you at one point?
Oh man, we might have been taking the same amount, brother. There's videos of him. I didn't know they even had video back then, but they'll be you'll see historic videos of Jesse Owens running the 200-meter dash here, the 1936 Berlin Olympics, and then they're pan to Hitler, and he's I'm God damn, dude. I would go back and watch some of our pods and just be please tell me my jaw's not moving, and just be I gotta. It was usually just way more calm and focused, but it was a 2.5 hour episode. Anyway,
it would be literal, no joke, a 3.5 to 4 minute deep dive into Notre Dame's backup linebackers.
No, Tyler, I actually wrote some notes about this today. Vandy has a player named So I like a lot of those picks. I'm with you on Oregon, but I'm more so in the first half. 31.5 is a hook I don't want to be a part of. That's
so many points, but
that's nasty.
Wisconsin dead. They're dead. Just like
I'm gonna start with where I think you'll buy in the most. I put these out today. 2 weeks ago, I was all right, you know what? Every time I go over 7 picks or 8 picks, it goes horribly bad. It's gone so bad over the past couple weeks now that I've stopped keeping track of the record. Because it's last week I was okay, Clemson has to bounce back. They're 6.5. Let me go back to the well of things that work. In my mind, I haven't adapted. I am Hugh Freeze of gambling right now. I have not adapted to the modern day of football. I'm first half Clemson, Tennessee score first, Ole Miss score first, and it's none of these things are hitting.
Just Pavlov's dog. Tennessee's playing first half over, first half first team to score, first quarter first. It's just
yes, because Tennessee also has the track records there. And then also with Tennessee, I knew they were going to get the ball first. So when they got stopped on 3rd and 2, I was God damn it, dude. This is yay, but also their defense is terrible. All right, so here's what I have for best bets.
All right, I'm writing these down.
I'm going to start with what I have at the top here. Ole Miss 5.5.
Okay, I'm on that one.
Okay. I'm going to give you one from. I'll tell you the one I already said. LSU team total over 22.5.
Okay.
I like that a lot. UTSA scored 22. Death Valley at night. Figure it out. Oregon -7 first quarter.
Okay.
There was a reason why on that too. Eddie, do me a favor real quick. If you
Wisconsin is terrible, right?
yeah, that's enough of a reason. Eddie, do me a favor real quick while I'm going over my long-winded thing. Can you pull up 2 tabs of teamrankings.com and do one offense by quarter, the other defense by quarter, and do first quarter scoring and first quarter defense? Then do 2 more and do the same thing for first half. I love you so much. I will Venmo you $30. I don't have Venmo. Long story. You don't want to hear about it. So, okay, this isn't what I thought it was. Wisconsin is 133rd in the country in first quarter points per game at 1.4 per game.
Mm.
Do you think Oregon can score 7 points?
I do. I do think they can. I think they have a really good offense, actually.
So Wisconsin's team total, their team total for the first half of this game is 0.5.
And it's not like Wisconsin's defense is like a normal Wisconsin defense. I think SP Plus has them as like the 50th rated defense in the country.
Right. They are dead last at 1.4 points in the first quarter. Listen, they fucking turn it on, brother, in the second quarter, and they get 2 points per game in the second quarter. So it's 3.4 points per game in the first half. That is 136 in the country out of 136 teams. Oregon, on the other hand,
not to mention the
fifth.
Huh? Love that. Not to mention the time zones.
Mm-hmm.
Slow start for Wisconsin, hot start for Oregon.
I think it's important. Oregon 22.3 points per game in the first half of games this year. So what I did this week, Tyler, admittedly, I didn't vary or go away from my first quarter bets, but I did kind of do some fucking research. Okay. Oregon's fifth, Wisconsin's dead last. So I got Oregon -7 in the first quarter, right? Mm-hmm. That means I also have Oregon -16.5 in the first half, which I think both of those are going to hit. So I have those two.
Okay.
So I've given you 4 total. Tennessee, first half, -3.5. I don't feel great about it either, but I will also tell you this.
It's
Kentucky currently ranks. I mean, they're last in the SEC in almost everything. Even last week, Cutter Boley goes 31 of 39, dices up Texas's defense passing the football. They scored like 13 total points, right? Tennessee, 4th in the country in points per game in the first half with 22.5, just ahead of Oregon. They are also, now I didn't put this in the bets, they are also far and away better than anyone else in the country in first quarter points per game at 14.3, almost a full 2 points ahead of the next closest team, who's Texas Tech. So I trust them to be at least out ahead by 4 points on the road against Kentucky. Do you like that?
I'm in on it.
Okay.
I mean, it scares me because it's a long-standing thing on this show. You don't just go into Kroger Field at night and come out with a victory. So, I mean, I was looking at Kentucky, just the full game line of 9, and I was like, I'm scared. I'm scared by that.
That's wild, yeah.
First half though, I can deal with it. I'm gonna ride because we're seeing the board together, and I'm not gonna just jump off the train at this point. So
I appreciate that. I think you probably should jump off the train at this point. I didn't even know I included it, but I got Tennessee to score first too.
Okay.
So, all right. But back to the picks I like. Now I'm going to give you a couple that our buddy Mike Calabrese from Action Network told us, and I think these are good. These are his 3. And now the first one I agreed with, Vanderbilt -2.5.
Yeah, I'm all in on that.
You know who leads the country in EPA?
Vandy.
The fucking federal government. No, it's Vandy. I don't know what EPA is either, to be honest. Like, for the government or for football. But Vandy -2.5. I like that. And I also I'm kind of proud of myself, like a little bit of a growth moment here. Because I wasn't a pussy to take the money line. So there's that. Baylor Cincy over 66.
Baylor's. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That's the highest total of the week, isn't it?
By far.
Yes. Baylor's defense is terrible. They actually have a very good offense. I think Sawyer Robertson, like his stats, I think he leads the country, I think, in like passing.
He has 22 touchdowns this year.
Okay. I like that. That's just fun to watch.
Since I'm only in the first half stats here, but since he's averaging 20 and a half, I'm sorry. Since he is 13th in the country, they're averaging 20 points per game in the first half of games this year. I just thought of another one. But so that was another one. He also had Washington -3. I don't even know who Washington's playing.
Washington. Oh, that was going to be a good game. Illinois. So Illinois is ranked. Yeah, but it's on the road. 4.5. Oh, what's up, Wonk?
What up, dude? What's up, Cameron Williams?
Nice.
All
right. Yeah, I was looking at because I think Washington's a good team. I mean, they did kind of get worked by Michigan, but I think they're good.
It's on the road.
I was looking at that 4.5 is kind of a weird line though. It's in that 4.5, 5.5 zone that you just love.
That's why I have it at 3. I saw it at 3.5, and I just bought the half point.
Man, you just been buying and teasing and all sorts of shit.
Little teasy boy. Almost broke that entire bottle. So all right, so hold on. So I have that. I'll follow him on that. I will say this: Illinois on the road, not that great of a team. Illinois against ranked teams, not that great of a team. I know Washington's not ranked; they probably should be. So that's what I have. Let's get dicey a little bit here, okay? Let's get a little bit dicey with the rest of it.
Okay.
I've given you most of the picks. I'm going to give you a couple more that are a little bit. I think this is a great pick. I don't think it's even in question, but it's going to make you uncomfortable. Okay.
Okay. Let's hear it.
We're going to start with one finger, and you're going to get uncomfortable. But we're going to expand our horizons here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Jackson Arnold over a half touchdown.
I mean,
that's to score a touchdown.
They're playing Arkansas. Arkansas,
it's the worst defense.
All right, I'm riding. We're going.
Okay, we're gonna try 3 fingers here. It's gonna get worse.
What's our safe word?
Let's try two.
What's our safe word?
It's Booza. What's our safe word?
Banana.
Okay.
Damn, Booza, just killing it.
I love Booza. Okay, so here you go. Don't say banana. Just hear me out.
All right.
One more digit. Okay. Auburn over 27.5 points per game. Or sorry, 27.5 points for Arkansas.
Banana.
No.
I'm out. Have they scored that many points this year at any game? Legitimately.
Against Baylor, who's as bad of a defense.
Yeah, and that was on the road too, wasn't it?
You got to score 4 touchdowns. And let me go a step further here, okay? I'm not going to the LSU game this weekend, Wonk. I did not get I didn't ask for credentials for this weekend because I had already taken up the good games we have one person that has one for every game, and then we have me and Paul sharing them, and I didn't want to be a dick and take all the good games. So I will not be there. I'm going to cover the Bama South Carolina game from the house. Here's the thing. Auburn doesn't have a kicker, Tyler. Doesn't have a kicker.
Okay, so
you know that.
Could also lead to disaster.
Could, but if you know you don't have a kicker, and it's 4th and 2 or 4th and 3 from the 30, and you have to score points and extend drives, I just think Booza. Oh, shoot, no, Booza's not going to do it. I'll just do it.
What is it? 28.5?
27.5.
Okay.
It's not great. I mean, you could do 26.5, and I think that was minus 160, which felt like is a little bit too much juice on there.
No.
A better question. I'm trying to pull it up right now. I get your question about Auburn. How many times have they scored 27.5 points or more?
Yes.
In the meantime, Booza, can you just look up because my computer's being slow? Actually, hold on. Here we go. They did it in the first 3 weeks. They have not done it since they've started playing
real teams,
good teams. But Arkansas is not a good team. And okay, let me just another way. I'm going to talk you into this, and then we're going to go.
You're spiraling.
I'm not. You are, and you're being a bitch about it. To be honest, okay. So here's the deal.
I just don't like 3 fingers. That's it.
38 against Baylor, 42 against Ball State, 31 against South Alabama. Okay. Over 27 and a half in all those. They have not scored more than 17 since then. But
we got a lot of bananas in the chat.
That's against Oklahoma, A&M, Georgia, and Missouri.
Bananas are showing up in the chat. They're with me.
No way. Wonk, no. Hold on. Arkansas is nowhere near that in terms of defense. Nowhere near that. So why don't we do?
I don't want to ruin our mojo. You didn't shit on my picks. I'm going Auburn team total over 27.5 against Arkansas. I can see this.
Arkansas has allowed over 27.5 points in each of their last 5 games. They've allowed 41, 32, 56, 34, and 45.
Let's get a little 31-28 action, and everybody's happy, except for Allie.
Fair. So, and I also, last thing I'll say, you said, who are the other teams? Ball State and whoever else I said. Arkansas ranks below them and Baylor in total defense or in scoring defense this year. So, all right, let's get 4. You actually might feel more comfortable at this than the other one.
You have more?
I have 1. I have 2. I have 3 left. The last banana one is going to be this. Big value here. Not something you want to put a bunch of units on, but we've talked about this before, especially with Calabrese, is first half winner versus full game winner. First half A&M, full game LSU. I already told you the LSU numbers when it comes to them with Death Valley at night, under Brian Kelly, all that kind of stuff. A&M averages 20 points per game at home, or in the first half of games. LSU is averaging 9.3 points per game in the first half. That ranks 110th in the country and is the 6th worst in all of the Power 4. A&M to win the first half, but LSU to win the full game. Thoughts and opinions?
I feel like as a responsible gambler and friend of yours, I've got to just start to question some things that I'm starting to see a pattern.
Okay, hold on.
Is it possible that you're too close to the situation? Because at this point,
that's fair.
We've got LSU plus 2.5, LSU over 22.5.
I didn't have LSU plus 2.5. I had the team total, and that was it.
Well, LSU to win. So I mean, that's basically plus LSU plus.
I'm talking like a $10 bet to win 60.
Okay, all right.
I'm talking about a bank builder, a bank builder
over 48.5. Are we going with that? I had the under, but you convinced me out of it.
I can see that. I like that. I have one teaser. I have one parlay.
Okay. All right,
a 7-point teaser.
Okay.
As of today, Alabama -4, Tennessee -1. 100 to win 80.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you're just throwing units out there, huh?
I'm gonna put $25 on that. Money line parlay plus 273. Iowa to win.
Okay.
I think they're playing Minnesota. I think. Okay. Tennessee money line, Nebraska money line, Alabama money line, Texas money line.
Okay. I'm not confident in Texas.
That's fair.
That's the one that scares me. Mississippi State on the road, 4:15 game. Just one of those weird. It's on SEC Network, and you're sitting there watching the 3:30 Bama South Carolina game or the Missouri Vanderbilt game, and you're just kind of like looking at the bottom score, and you're like, is Mississippi State beating Texas by 2 touchdowns right now?
Okay, I like this exercise though. I like where your head was at. I don't love where I went with it. I'll be honest. I think you had a very good point about being too close to the situation. I do. But I'm going to play what I will do is put a half unit, so it's like $20 on everything that we did not agree on.
Okay.
I will put a full 3.5-inch unit on what do you call it? On everything we did agree on. I liked your picks. I thought they were great.
All right. Well, I'm gonna on some of these. I've been watching this YouTube show of these NFL bettors, and one of the things they do, they're professional guys that have done a podcast just like about every other gambling podcast you probably ever listened to.
Yeah,
but they're big on like watching like the game opens for college football. Games open on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
And then you watch the kind of how the lines change between Sunday and like So the immediate pop that happens on those lines.
Yeah.
What happens Monday mornings, what happens like Wednesday afternoons, and then leading up to the game. And if you can see like where the money's shifting, you can kind of tell where like the big money likes.
Yeah.
And then if it's time to wait on a number, we wait on a number. So I'm not going to just rush put these bets in.
Smart.
I got to see maybe we can get some value. Like if I get BYU to +3 instead of +2.5, would love that.
1,000%. I think that's you're seeing the board also from a much more national perspective, and I am strictly honed in on stuff that I probably have not been that accurate about anyway. So I think that's a fair way to look at it. I also think so. I've just been like flirting with getting like an Action Network subscription again because they have all those numbers of like how much money comes in on like versus the public, but also none of the subscriptions make any sense. Like you can get a full year for $129 or $100, which that's a tough sell to Show Alley.
Mm-hmm.
But then you can get a week for $10, which is not a good investment, but it feels like it is every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But a month costs $30. The right play is just go ahead and get the full year, but I don't know how I'm going to explain that to her.
Chris, that is what they want you to choose. You're just feeding into exactly what they want you to do.
That's the best. That's the best value.
That's what they want you to think.
The $100.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't even know why they would put $29.99 per month as an option.
Because you know what, the $100, you're like, you spend it, and then if you don't like it, you're fucking locked in for a year. Then you're gonna forget about it, and it's gonna ring up the next year for another.
Yeah, good point. I did that with Auburn Undercover one time when I was drunk trying to make a joke on their message board, and I got charged for it the next July. I had a full subscription to Auburn on 3 for 2 years.
Dude, we're on to you, man. That you're married to now an Auburn lady. There's still time to back out, I guess.
Okay, for her probably. Tough joke. Here we go. Anyway, I like this. I like this. I like this a lot. I'm going to follow you first. I would encourage our listeners to do the same.
Bet responsibly.
We're not fucking sponsored by FanDuel. Who cares?
These bets are guaranteed to hit, though. I'm just saying that.
I want to make a graphic, but every time I did that last year, all your picks sucked.
All right, we gotta get out of here. I gotta see if both of my kids have been roaming around my house. They were supposed to be asleep at 7:30. So, all right.
Happy Halloween.
I love everyone. Hey,
good shit, boys.
Florida State doesn't play this week. Everybody celebrate.
We should all talk on Saturday. All right, bye.